Well, good afternoon, morning, night, whenever you choose to see this broadcast. I am your play-by-play host, username underscore Intel, here joined by Joker's Ransom, as we are here to cast a rookie playoff match, Doot Academy versus Phoenix Inferno. Joker's Ransom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited for this grand finals matchup. It's also a rematch of one of the winners' semifinals matchup between Doot Academy versus Phoenix Inferno, where Doot Academy did win that series out. It was from map 5 as well. So hopefully we get to see another map 5 here today, and maybe even a sudden death round if Phoenix Inferno win this series out.
That's 100% scary for the fact that we're in finals. These teams already having to play with each other, and now they're coming back in for a rematch. That means they both know what to expect, and that means this is most likely going to a Game 5. I don't see it ending in any other way. Both of these teams have been doing very well in the regular season for knowing Phoenix while playing a bit more. They still have to kind of elevate themselves against Dude Academy, who are coming off of kind of a momentum. Their adrenaline are running very high in this upcoming match.
Yeah, they just won that winners finals against Curse Owls, and they won it in a 3-0 as well. So you've got to be feeling really good if you're Dude Academy going into this matchup. And so obviously they have to be your favorites right now, specifically since they've already beat Phoenix Inferno before and are going into this grand finals off a huge win in the winners finals.
While that is true, but I'm gonna have to say Phoenix Inferno. This team is you have to think about it. They're right now coming into the underdog mentality. They just came out of the losers bracket. They're ready to bring it back, and they definitely had to fight their way. They had some incredible competition coming back into the winner seed. So going up against a team that they've already lost to, what do they need to kind of fix the mindset? Because I'm feeling like they need to not only have good mentals, but they need to have consistent gameplay. But I also feel like there's more to it.
Yeah, always. There's you've got to stick together, specifically since this is a lower tier, like a lower division in Plat specifically. As we see, the first map is going to be Lijiang Tower, and this is where you got to set the tone if you are Phoenix Inferno. You've got to set it so you need to win this first map to set the tone for the rest of the series. You need to win it out. You need to stay together. You need to make call-outs. You need to just do whatever needs to be done to win this first map, to have that momentum going into the next couple maps in the series.
I definitely see Lijiang Tower, both of these teams having their roster set out on screen. If you would like to take a look, some of you may already notice or may not, but it looks like Phoenix Inferno running up with their usual lineup. Both of these teams seem to be very favored when it comes to the brawl, especially on this map. I think we can both agree Lijiang Tower is very famous for its intent rush compositions.
Yeah, you're gonna see rush most likely on all the maps. Maybe at Gardens you see a wrecking ball. We see that Weevil does like to lock that wrecking ball a lot. But it's really just based on what they're feeling comfortable right now. And if they're running a really good brawl, we probably won't see a swap off of anything but just that rush style composition of especially on Lijiang Tower, because we could also just see that Symmetra teleport right to the point.
I definitely see the Symmetra is just so powerful right now. I don't expect any changes hitting Overwatch soon. So on Lijiang Tower, when you run that typical brawl, you have the Kree, you have the Symmetra, Ryan, obviously. You're just able to run in. You're able to hold down that point. So I'm going to be looking at Phoenix Inferno to kind of have that brain power to understand that winning condition, to shut down the Symmetra for most of the time, make sure that they can pull through. Because Lijiang Tower can be one of those maps that easily goes to the third point, and you're trying, it's 99-99, and then you panic.
Yeah. And we are heading right in now, and we're just waiting to see what we end up running with. It's Control Center, so 99% sure we're going to be seeing that rush style composition that we were talking about. That Lucio Baptiste, just so good right now, with Baptiste still being that just meta hero, that staple hero for Overwatch right now.
Yeah, Baptiste is absolutely nuts. Immortality is by far one of the most, I would say broken. Well, some people would say that, but I would say a very high value ability, as it's just able to save your team, keep them at 10% health. And if you're just consistently healing, they're always just going to live. And look at Doot Academy already running out on this brawl. I don't expect Phoenix Inferno to run out on that. Yeah, stop playing with my hearts. My heart.
Yeah, there's no way we're going to see them running out on that, especially in a grand finals. You're not going to throw out some wacky comp that would have worked a couple seasons back, but this is season 28 right now. It's not that when Roadhog was meta.
Yeah, but look at how the fight is commencing. We're going to be seeing these teams already meet up in the server room. Junkrat's giving a lot of spam. Looks like Chipset's able to find out Bun with the Fire Strike. That Immortality allowing them to push back a bit, but their shield's broken, so I Am Ruckus is going to be able to start blasting through them, and the rest of Phoenix Inferno just have to start backing up. This is the issue when you don't have a Junkrat into those small corridors.
Yeah, like you were saying, that Junkrat right there just was applying so much... No.
Oh, I think we got a DC. Chipset was kind of walking into the wall.
Yeah, but what we were talking about, that Junkrat was looking really good. We saw, yeah, and as we said, Chipset does indeed DC there. But, yeah, the Junkrat was really good there from the side of Doot Academy, getting a lot of spam damage in with that Symmetra as well that just burns down shields. You can't get away from those Junkrat mines after that shield's down from the Reinhardt, and then we saw a late Immortality field not going to be able to save Bun on that on the Lucio there from Phoenix Inferno, and that just an easy fight win for Doot Academy after they lost that speed boost.
I definitely agree. On the bright side, this was just the Reinhardt that DC'd. It's just beginning of the fight. They just won, so that ult charge they can get it back really quickly. As long as their DPS and supports aren't DCing, I feel like it's not that much of an issue. They're going to be coming up on Riptire soon, some Metro Wall. They should be able to just back up, retreat. But Phoenix Inferno, they should be looking to kind of take aggression onto this. They'll be respawning when we start in, so they are ready to just come right back into the fight and be able to start moving over. But and now that'll give room for the McCree to finally have that space to shoot. They walk into servers, and the shield can only do so much. Diva can only eat so much, and eventually that just lets them go back to the spawn room.
Yeah, and like you're saying about that DC, Doot Academy is going to have to push back. They're not going to be able to hold that front door like you usually want to on Control Center. So you're going to have to go back, probably wait. Probably the backside of your spawn towards your point, as we are coming right back into the game now, and they're gonna try to push this objective really quickly if they're Phoenix Inferno.
Yeah, give props to Jimba. Built up that sim wall. It's going to be allowing them to move a lot closer, but those sim turrets are just going to be broken. They've made that space, the window popping out. We're going to be seeing Quit look to use Graviton Surge, able to pop it out inside the Immortality and sim wall, making sure that no damage is there. And the 4K from I Am Ruckus. He threw it. He made sure to throw it behind them, so the Reinhardt had just missed the Fire Strike, and they get so much value off of that fight.
Yeah, we saw that Quit had that grab online, and Tactics knew it. But that nice patience coming in from the Zarya of Doot Academy to wait till that defense matrix was down, and using it as right when you saw it down and get a massive shatter from...
Yeah, they weren't paying attention to the backline. The Sim TP allows them. Both sound barriers are coming out, but it looks like that Robin has the high noon's going to be able to start picking them off. It's just a bit unfortunate. Chipset was so far forward, but his team was so far backwards that the Sim TP goes into the middle of the room, and Weevil just shatters right on them. Just absolutely demolishes their backline.
Yeah, it was a really nice shatter from Weevil there. Like you said, they just T-pointed behind him, no shield to block him. And then that massive Deadeye coming in from Robin as well to win them that fight. We're going to see what Doot Academy can do in this re-engagement.
Yeah, they have room. That Diva Bomb coming out combined with the Sim Wall. They are going to be able to find Lenwi and Chipset with that engagement. So now it's just for the rest of the cleanup. It looks like Doot Academy are having trouble finding their space and angles. They built up the Riptire, but it's taken Chipset very long to build up the Shatter.
Yeah, and Chipset's been dying a lot first after this DC and that first fight win, but Doot Academy are coming up to ultimates as well in this next fight, and they should be able to win it out if they wait out this amplification matrix right like they are doing. They have 4 ultimates online. This should be a 1 fight after this the window goes down.
Yeah, I really don't see them not taking this fight. They have 4 ultimates, especially Iron Ruckus. That Riptide is absolutely massive. Going to be popping it out. The Shatter gets blocked. Same with the window. The Immortality is going to be able to save them, but that Shatter is going to be able to start getting blocked. Weavile isn't going to live through it. Everyone else now stuck inside of the corner. That's going to be easy value for Iron Ruckus and Pumpkin to start screaming down on them. That is afraid of melting. As we see, the only person left is Phoenix Inferno. We build up the point to around 85 pluses, 1 fight territory, and Doot Academy having to use about 3 ultimates. On the bright side, that Graviton Surge is built. However, Kinetics is ready.
Yeah, Quits Cargo needs to get another nice Graviton Surge if they want to win this fight out. As well with Caffeine having this Amplification Matrix on. They're going to do that same sim strat, but they're ready for it, and there comes the grab out.
Grab into the wall. The Sound Barrier is going to enable the High Noon to stay built. It's gonna shoot out, hit Chips and Iron Rocket's not gonna be able to survive. Looks like they just didn't have to sustain, poked a little too bitter. The Creed just walked out so hard. Michael Jackson move once, I like to say. And it looks like Phoenix Inferno gonna be able to cap the point. As we see Pumpkin Leewin just reset, they have to try to touch, but I don't know if they can.
Yeah, the only one that's gonna be able to touch is the Zarya for Doot Academy there, and I don't think it's going to be enough, as they're going to be felled right then and there. And maybe I don't think anyone else is going to be able to touch. So.
No, Chipset just barely touches, going to be able to enable that time. They've lost Weavile, who over-invested into the last push. So now the rest of the team, the DPS, just have to start shooting. Leewin's just not going to be able to stay alive, though. And it looks like Phoenix Inferno to be winning the first point of Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, and it was really off the bat of Bun's Sound Barrier, not having that ultimate from them, from not having the ultimate for Doot Academy. Lenway not having that Sound Barrier online, it really just showed and wasn't able to sustain in that fight. Bun being able to use that Sound Barrier, get the sustain, get the McCree to be able to use that High Noon and get some value out of it was massive as well, and it got Chipset out of the fight, and the rest is history for Phoenix Inferno. They win the first point, and they're looking pretty strong right now here, user.
Wow, it's very interesting how they're completely mirrored besides from the main tank.
Man, oh no, okay, so we're seeing swapping back. We're gonna both see. So we're seeing the comp that was pretty much made popular by the Dallas Fuel right now, besides the Echo, I believe. But Lucio Moorish is a lot of sustained healing, but Pumpkin's gonna get Jim Bob out of that fight early.
That's massive. The Sombra's gonna be able to start hacking people freely. We see the Reaper inside the backline, but immediately gonna get pressured out by Pumpkin. The Monkey's just looking to pop up, but Weavile just has to start backing up dangerously low. Quitscargo gonna make sure that they don't get to walk back to their spawn unscathed, getting that final 3K. And when it comes to this type of composition, all that really matters is how your Sombra is playing, and I feel like Pumpkin is looking prepared to try to win out these Sombra 1v1s.
Yeah, Pumpkin already showing their dominance on the opposing Sombra of Jim Bob, and already almost up 72% on this EMP is going to be massive for these next couple fights.
Look at them already committing back into the fight. We're going to see Leewin die early to the Reaper, just walking in. Chipset's very dangerously low, and it looks like Weavile's going to build up that Primal. Going to want to start committing the Coalescence. Going to be enabling some input, as Weavile just not able to pop out that Primal fast enough. The hack going on to Quitscargo as they're continuously pushing off Jim Bob and Pumpkin. Both have the EMP, but it looks like Jim Bob's going to be able to use it first, comboing. The Death Blossom's going to be there. It's going to enable the win, and that was a save. That was so scary, especially with the hack with the EMP coming out.
Yeah, and not winning that fight with the EMP invested is massive for Doot Academy, because Phoenix Inferno using it before them, still not going to be able to win it out. And going into this next fight, you still have the EMP to win it out. With 4 ultimates online, they need to get Bun out of this fight. They need to hack them with this EMP to win this fight, because that Sound Barrier is going to be massive.
Yep, Pumpkin comes out, but the bomb is already thrown. It's going to going to be put too far, and Weavile's going to be able to build up. That Prime will use it. However, Iron Ruckus finds out Connect before they get into the mech. That Robin is looking to boost them around. The sound barrier going to be there to pop out, but it's going to be blocked by the bubble. Death Blossom unable to be found with the team. Iron Rocket's just continuously walking into the rest of the team. Pumpkin finding out Bun as we see that Robin looking to wraith around. They need to stay alive so they can try to touch the point, but this is at 96. The Coalescence being used solely so they can continue to push forward. The Diva going to be demech onto the point. Morta trying to touch, going to be immediately melted. Winston now returning into this Weavile, looking to do their best as we see that Robin has now entered back to the fight, going to be able to pick out Iron Ruckus. The hack goes out, Quiscargo able to even it up. Same with the Monkey. The hack, the EMP comes out, but it's behind the wall, not going to be able to hit people as the hack comes onto Bun, so they can't even wall ride. Sombra's still hidden, touching the point's gonna be immediately shut down, and it looks like Doot Academy is not done fighting this fight as we see Kinetics return to the fight. The Death Blossom gonna be popped out, making sure to get that mech kill, and it looks like Doot Academy is gonna even up the fight.
Yeah, and wow, it was just a lot coming in from Doot Academy there. A lot to a lot to talk about, but it was definitely that massive EMP coming from Pumpkin, that second and third fight, really. Getting Bun with that EMP, not going to be able to stabilize their team with that the sound barrier armor, or shield, sorry. And then that really just spiraled out of control for Phoenix and Inferno after losing that fight. And Doot Academy, it shows with that 100-0 on Garden there.
Yeah, now we have two different variant compositions, but what is similar is that Sim Teleporter, both placing it in the top of the shrine. They're going to be meeting now. Here commences the fight as we see that wall going to be able to split up the entirety of Inferno Phoenix, but the immortality is going to be broken down. Let's say Pumpkin's able to find out that they have less damage, and they're fighting outside of the point, but some Metro's now gone. Jim Bob is not there to help them out. Pumpkin is free to just start melting down their shields. Remember, hitting a shield as Symmetra reloads it, the Symmetra turrets are going to be coming out, and he just continues to walk in. Pumpkin has nothing to be afraid of as he continuously just ints, and it's never going to be punished.
Yeah, like you were saying, not only does it reload or doesn't take any ammo for the Symmetra, it also powers the Symmetra beam immediately up when it's eating shields, and it was up to max power immediately, and which we just saw. It was ridiculous from Pumpkin, the damage output because of the double shield composition that Phoenix Inferno is running.
It looks like they wanted to take a very interesting rotation around the point. They're now playing on opposite sides of the map. The fight's still somewhat easy, but it looks like Chipson's able to find out Weavile the Symmetra on the flank, but they don't really have a sustainable tank line to help them push in. They're at the mercy of Doot Academy. Quiscargo also able to pick up Jinbob. They even commit the sound barrier just because Chipson was dangerously low, and they want to be able to start cleaning up these targets. Look how fast they're just trying to make sure that Phoenix Inferno are able to reset to have another fight.
Yeah, maybe not investing the sound barrier, but like you said, chipset and Quiscargo were really low, so I guess you can live with that trade. But if I'm Phoenix Inferno right now, you need to pick Pumpkin first. That's just so much damage coming out from that Symmetra right now. They haven't lost that max charge on the Symmetra beam yet. And
yeah, they're even going to place it. They're going to place the teleporter, use the TP to try to flank around it with the Blizzard window. Oh my goodness, so much happening on the screen, but it looks like Iron Rockets is able to pick out Weavile. They've lost their Kree, but Chipson has also been erased from the map. However, remember Pumpkin, who's just shooting at the charge? Well, Pumpkin kills half of your team. The turrets are still alive, and they're able to start melting people down. Even the Diva's going to be staggered a bit, especially at 88%. That's not very good.
Yeah, no, chipset does fall to that that nice teleporter high noon, but it's not going to be enough. It's up to 97%, and I think the loose. Oh no, Bun's going to be pooped off the map. Is anybody going to be able to touch?
No, it's unfortunate. They were walled off. The Reinhardt tried to charge in, but it looks like Doot Academy are going to be taking the lead.
Oh my goodness, what some nice plays coming in from Doot Academy after losing round 1 of Lijiang Tower to come back and just pretty much, I feel like it's kind of pretty much a 100-0, because you did see Phoenix Inferno get a little bit of capture percentage on night market there, but it wasn't enough to really make a difference in that map, the third point of Lijiang Tower at all.
Yeah, honestly, if I would have to kind of give my perspective looking at both of these teams, Dude Academy, they looked a bit struggling after the DC, but once that was done, once that map was cleared and they finally had a moment to refresh their mentals and have a good clean start, they looked what's the word, indomitable, I guess. They looked so strong, they were coordinated, they were focused, they knew their plans. They didn't really overinvest at times, and they looked strong. We even can look at these stats. Pumpkin versus Jim Bob. Look at that, 11 final blows to 5, 4 deaths to 6. So Pumpkin overall was getting more value on the Symmetra than Jim Bob was able to get.
Yeah, and I feel that's all of Lijiang Tower. It's not just 0.3, but I feel like a lot of those final blows were definitely on night market for Pumpkin there. I think definitely the stats don't, I feel like, really show how dominant Pumpkin was on that night market for Dude Academy there. And the next map, username _intel, we're going into Blizzard World. Not King's Row. Not King's Row.
Not King's Row. Oh my goodness. For anyone who doesn't know, I've casted King's Row for so long. Blizzard, please add a new hybrid and make it the new best one. I love King's Row, but I love Blizzard World just as much. This one map involves itself to so many compositions, double shield, double bubble. Its playstyle varies instead of just solely being rush.
Yeah. Like you were saying, I love King's Row myself too, but once you cast it at least 20 times in a row, it kind of gets boring. So to see a nice change in what we're seeing, because like you said, you can see anything on Blizzard World. We specifically 0.1, you could see that the dive coming in to get that high ground, or just a rush style composition as well, speed boost to the top as well, and then 0.2 really. Again, for that dive composition, really, because that high ground is just so important on 0.2 of Blizzard World, and then 0.3 it definitely can be it can definitely use dive, but you can probably more see that rush on 0.3 because of the the high ground doesn't mean as much.
Definitely see what you mean, because that's very true. I think the thing about Blizzard World is that because a lot, besides third point, even to an extent third point, a lot of it is just high ground contesting. You're being able to hold those areas up there, which gives the dive a lot of sustain. Same with the double bubble. And what we saw from Phoenix Inferno, by the way, if you didn't notice, side swap. But what we saw from Phoenix Inferno, we saw primarily that rush. They didn't look too clean when it came to the dive. I don't know if it was just kind of Dude Academy understanding their win conditions or just making sure they were focusing people down. But I worry for Dude Academy's ability to play a different comp other than rush and kind of compete against Dude Academy with it.
Yeah, and I think that was, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Phoenix Inferno was not looking as comfortable as Dude Academy was, and if right now Dude Academy having all that momentum, I think we see them win this map out just based on what we've seen so far with how they are playing these other compositions besides rush. We did see Phoenix Inferno, they did look pretty good on that rush style composition on Control Center. But if it's on anything other than that, you've got to give it to Dude Academy right now.
I would say so, but don't count out Phoenix Inferno just yet. It may not be looking good, but as we go into the map, I think we'll be seeing a lot of differences coming from Phoenix Inferno. Definitely have the opportunity to play differently. But yeah, I kind of want to say, if we're going to be talking about, I also want to talk about players that I feel like kind of stood out that match, at least from Phoenix Inferno. At least Weavile. Weavile looked to be doing, kind of trying to make this space or trying to be staying with the team. But they seem kind of comparatively passive compared to that Robin, who's continuously trying to move forward in these fights.
Yeah, we saw a lot of fight wins just based on Robin getting picks in fights. And if the Phoenix Inferno want to come back into the series, I think it's going to be on the back of that Robin. But who really knows. It could just been a rough match coming in from that Weevil. Maybe it's a little grand finals nerves. Who really knows? I'm not in the heads of these players as we come into Blizzard World here, waiting to see what Doot Academy and Phoenix Inferno are going to be running here. As we did, like you said, have a side swap. So Doot Academy is going to be attacking first, and that normally shows a lot of confidence in the team if they opt to attack first instead of defend.
And they are either knowing that they can either really hold this, or they just want to make sure to give Phoenix Inferno that respect and show them, hey, we can be able to cap all 3 points. Let's see if you can do it after we just destroy you. That could really be a mental breaker. We see Phoenix Inferno running out on a Hamid Sigma composition, which I don't know the best way to explain it, but I feel like it's very much a split angles, punish kind of out of position targets. Yeah,
it's really just based on that Weevil getting, the Weevil getting engagements in pile drivers, being able to get follow up from your DPS as well. The Echo can get a lot of, and we're seeing never mind. We're gonna just see that the composition that we saw them run on Gardens of Lijiang Tower, and 2 very well as well.
I don't know what Doot Academy was expecting, just running out, immediately switching. On the bright side, no fight was really happening, so their ult charge isn't going to change. So I'm glad Stickies is going to be hitting the team, but look how Doot Academy's already waiting. They're just completely ignoring Weavile, and they're just rotating, looking to take this high ground, getting the hack onto Jim Bob. That's huge! There's going to be, Jim Bob's not going to be able to fly out. Already just starting to be a bit hit, but it's going to survive just barely. Now they're all fighting on the high ground, Simple able to demech the D.Va, but Iron Rocket's going to be shutting him down in return. The slam going out, looking to just find a target. Pumpkin able to find out Jim, but looks like Chipson is going to be gone, and the rest of Doot Academy looking to make up the work. The hack even going on to Weavile is just going to be giving Rocket so much ult charge, and it looks like they're going to be able to win the fight.
Yeah, we did see the Quits Cargo getting demeched, but in the end, with that Sombra being on the side for Doot Academy, the Weevil can't really get as much value as you would like. They still got up to a pretty decent ultimate charge, but we saw Doot Academy just kind of ignore him for most of that point and just focus down the rest of the team, try to get them out of this fight before they dealt with Weevil on that. Ooh, and Simple might be caught out here by Pumpkin. Oh, no, but Simple winning the 1v1. Oh,
that's amazing. You shut down the Sombra, and now they can't really commit to the fight. The Sombra's job is to hack, and that will be the engage. They use the mines early. They try to kill off the Reaper, but he's able to raid the way. But look how much resources you're forcing out of them while they're just waiting to get reset. And then you pick off Iron Rockets. That's another 10 seconds they're going to have to wait.
Yeah, nice plays coming in from Jim Bob on this Echo right now. They've got the duplicate online, probably going to look to duplicate that D.Va of Quits Cargo. We've seen it a lot in Owl, right? The Echo copy of the D.Va getting massive value as well. And here comes the dive in from Doot Academy.
Yeah, they managed to hack out the Sigma Kinetic. They're just looking to shut him down, but Jim Bob's going to be able to copy that D.Va. And it's going to force Quits Cargo a bit out of position, but then able to return. Chips and Kinetic also trading in depth. Jim Bob, before they threw out the bomb, is immediately going to get hacked and has only 3 seconds. It is going to come out, throwing out the bomb, but their copy is now over. Managing to hit out Leewell, who just wasn't really paying attention that much against it, and the Reaper just having to reset. Phoenix Inferno are doing an amazing job of setting this tempo.
Yeah, they definitely are, and they're doing it well with these ultimates. They only had to use that one ultimate in that fight, the Echo copy, to win that fight out, as I think a lot of ultimates, or 1 or 2 ultimates coming out from Doot Academy in that fight as well. But still, the ultimate advantage is in favor of Phoenix Inferno. But Pumpkin, having this EMP, it needs to get Simple and Bun in this in the EMP to at least win a fight out, because that Transcendence could cancel the entire EMP.
Yeah, but the moment that Bun turns around, the EMP is going to be committed. Transcendence not enough to save the 2 teammates from the death blossom. However, Iron Rocket's not going to be able to save themselves. The rally does come out looking to just sustain while the primal and dive goes out onto Simple. That's so rude. Poor Zenyatta. The Brig now just trying to brawl out, chips in on top of the point while we see Chris Cargo contesting the high ground. The return of the Sigma and Echo have come back. And now that D.Va Bomb going to be there just to make that space. Now the remake. This payload hasn't even moved from when they started. We've seen Weavile just continuously sit there and slow down the push. Now the only ultimate they have is the sound barrier. As Gravitic Flux comes out, that Robin not going to be able to survive from Iron Rockets, just continuously trying to win this fight back, but they're dangerously low. The sound barrier is saving them from the grips of death. Going to be allowing them to move forward. Weavile going to be immediately shut down. The Brig not going to be able to sustain and be melted as the rest of Phoenix Inferno are looking to just reset. However, Jim Bob does unfortunately commit to that copy just to stall this out for a few more seconds. I mean, they do manage to get the Moira from Doot Academy and looking for the hack, but being able to shut down Pumpkin. This is amazing. Now the fight's winnable. They managed to get 2 picks, and the Bob's committing back to the fight. They're going to be able to contest it. Pumpkin able to be shut down, but that Robin, Bob, and the rest of the team are able to save this from what looked to be a capture.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That, you've got to hate that if you're Doot Academy. There's 1:30 left on their clock. You thought it was already in your grasp, but then Jim Bob decides, hey, let's invest the Echo Ultimate, and, you know, let's turn the fight around. In the words of Carpe, winnable. Going into this next fight, they have the EMP again. They need to catch Simple with it as well to win this fight out.
And we see them coming back into the fight. That Mines and Rally are going to be used, and Kinetic goes on dangerously low, but the Rally's able to sustain them so much that Coalescence is going to be helping them continue to commit to the fight while the Graviton Surge pops out, looking for a target. That EMP managing to hit the Transcendence. Simple does an amazing job of just waiting, but you can't wait against Quit Scargo's D.Va Bomb, just able to patiently wait. Then the dive comes in, and they're cleanly going to sweep back this fight. They did have to commit every ult in their bank, but I feel like it was well worth the investment.
Yeah, we did see a lot of ults used, but obviously you're down to maybe your last fight or the second to last fight in that for that, and you got to use the ultimates, or because you can't use them in the next. You can't use them in the next round as well, so might as well use them to get this point captured. Now we're going into this. Both teams not having any ultimates online, but Jim Bob is dangerously close to this ultimate after a nice Sticky Bombs volley into Chipset, and look for another nice Echo copy. We've seen some great ones so far from him. Look for another one.
Yeah, Doot Academy are taking so much initial poke. Now the copy's going to come out. They have 3 tanks. However, it looks like Weavile's just going to be able to be put down. The poor little hamster rat as Jim Bob is on the monkey looking to primal around. It's immediately going to get hacked. Oh no, it falls off the map. Unfortunate, the hack shuts them down. Now Kinetic is all alone on the tank side. The Coalescence is going to be able to go through and shut down Simple while Iron Rockets commits to the backline and finishes off the lowered tank and DPS. Now it's up to Weavile to stall this out as much as they can as we enter not only into less than a minute, but close to the capture time. Doot Academy do have 4 ultimates, but Weavile's coming up on those mines, gonna have the ability to stall this out. We see Pumpkin playing patiently, gonna pop it out, but gets stunned by the Kree. Was overestimating his team, was the speed, and the D.Va Bomb gonna be coming out, not gonna be finding any value as we see them continuing into the fight. The Transcendence gonna secure the hope for Phoenix Inferno. They may lose that Kree, but they've already won the fight.
Yeah, no, that was a great play coming in from that Robin, who we did highlight in the between the maps there, looking very comfortable on this McCree right now, and that might just have gotten them to stop from Doot Academy from capturing all 3 points. That was just a great play. They need to catch Simple out.
Yep, look at that. Doot Academy going on the flank. The Death Blossom pops in the air from the Gravitic Flux. It's going to be popped down, and Iron Rockets is not going to be able to survive. It looks like Doot Academy's end is going to stop just barely at the grips of 3rd point, because the only person alive is going to be the Lucio and D.Va, and I don't see much coming out of them. That Robin doing an amazing job of shutting down a possible team fight winning EMP, and now they have set themselves a very comfortable win condition.
Yeah, and going back to the stun on that EMP, that was going to get both DPS and Simple out of that fight, who had that Transcendence online. And an EMP'd Zenyatta, it's not hard to kill. So if they got Simple out of that fight before the EMP hack time duration was done, that was definitely going to be an easy team fight win. Yeah. But just great plays coming in from Robin to stun him in midair right when they were using that ultimate.
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of rude of Pumpkin to even try. If you didn't see, Pumpkin wanted to EMP the Zenyatta because Zenyatta's shields would immediately shut down, then that's 50 HP. But then McCree's already walking back from spawn, sees the Sombra uncloak, and is like, well, they're gonna EMP or something, I better just shut you down. And it's just an unfortunate situation for I Am Rockets. Now we see them coming into this fight, they're just running on a pure brawl defense, but with that Sombra variant, I feel like that allows them to start hacking whatever tank is there in the front line and just immediately push in.
Yeah, and right now, I'm assuming we're going to be seeing double bubble with what, or no, so we're going to just see the Wrecking Ball variation of, oh, no, we're just going to see what we saw earlier in the fight, on their attack or defensive phase for Phoenix Inferno, but that Robin opting for probably just a first pick, maybe potential with the Widowmaker, as yeah, they're just gonna swap over to that Tracer, and this is going to be a very good composition. It's look for the Echo and the Tracer to just dive with Weevil into the backlines, trying to get those kills onto whoever Weevil pile drives.
Yeah, it's almost a little funny. Everyone tries the Widow shot. Jim Bob taking amazing angles. Almost was able to demet Quiscargo, but they're just going to be hiding inside the cubby of this house, just waiting for the Phoenix Inferno to show a weakness, to show a sign while the Tracer gets into position. I Am Rockets just looking for the heck, unable to fully find someone. But it looks like they don't want to push that high ground. We do see Quiscargo go on top, trying to shut down that Robin, but doesn't really have the ability to pressure a Tracer out of that spot, and they're just sitting comfortably. They go to 60 HP, and it looks like Jim Bomb's going to be the first one to build up the ultimate, and almost goes down, but gets hacked, and looks like they're just able to finish it off. Iron Rocket's going down. Digital going to be shut down by the Weavile, and now everyone's just hiding on the high ground. They don't feel worried at all, but now they're just going to be able to start pushing in while they commit. Connect's going to be able to build up that Gravitic Flux, slam down, do half the damage, demech that Diva, while the rest of the team just continuously is able to push in, and we see that Pulse Bomb come out. Looks like Phoenix Inferno, they're playing the composition the way they're supposed to, while Doot Academy are enabling Inferno to take this poke and build these ultimates.
Yeah, they need to definitely take the objective and pressure out Phoenix Inferno. The main point of this composition is, like you said, to wait it out, wait to get a pick. And if I'm Doot Academy, you need to be the one to push this objective and push out players that are in the back line. And there comes a nice minefield from Weevil.
Yeah, we're going to see it in an amazing spot. It's going to finish off that BAP, and the Monkey's already so low that Weavile's able to pick them off with just the mines alone. That's going to give them some free space to push the cart.
Yeah, and just having to use that, they also did use the Transcendence, I believe, as well in that fight. I don't really remember seeing it, but hey, they used it, or they might have used it the fight before. I don't really remember, but nice ultimate coming in from Weevil. We're seeing why his most played hero for this team is that Wrecking Ball right now.
Look at that, Chips is able to find out Simple, so they're not going to have that Discord. That leaves Spawn with no one to defend, and eventually go back to the spawner, since that's what the Zenyatta is. Jim Bob is able to find out the Moira. However, Kinetics is now erased from the entirety of the map. Tracer looks like going to be poked out from the far back, and Bob does have that copy, but not able to be able to use it. The only person left is the Weavile, and now Doot Academy have the ability to take their ground, take their angles, and defend. Comparably against 3 ultimates, I Am Rockets has a lot to live up to now.
Yeah, it's in their favor. They don't have that Transcendence online, but they, like you said, Phoenix Inferno have these 3 ultimates online. They're going to invest 2 already.
Look at that Diva Bomb combined with the Wind Flux. It does, the EMP doesn't come out fast enough to defend them. And it looks like Phoenix Inferno are able to get the 3-man lead while Kinetics is just on the higher ground, being able to poke out. Jim Bomb building up the copy. Diva Bomb might be able to just use it on this Kree, but it looks like they're not going to need to. And they're just easily able to push this cart. However, it looks like the Moira was just sitting there being able to stall it out for as long as they can. There is a possible recontest, but it's going to be a staggered one at that.
Yeah, but I think it's also going to be a staggered engagement from Phoenix Inferno as well. They did lose their a lot of their people as well in that last fight, and they're going to engage with this Moira ultimate. But Weevil,
yeah,
again,
Weevil. Look at that Pumpkin and Iron Rocket switching off their Veer DPS, and now we're going to be seeing Doot Academy trying to stall out this point. The mines are there, pushing anyone who comes back. Then we're going to see Monkey fall, the Diva get demagged. Moira's already dangerously low. Reaper going to be returning into the fight at this moment. They just want to control this force they can. At least they managed to get out the Transcendence because Lucio's the only person left on this point to try to contest it, and they're only going to be going back to the 3rd point.
Yeah, and they have just so much more time than Doot Academy did going into this 3rd point. 3 minutes and 12 seconds, or 3 minutes and 19 is what it started on. Now they're down to that 3-minute mark, but oh my goodness, right? And everything, just all the ultimates being reset. Oh, Quit's Cargo gonna get the Weevil out of that fight. That's gonna be nice. Not gonna have any really tools of engagement for this Phoenix Inferno for a little bit.
Yeah, Weevil has been doing amazing on the Wrecking Ball, but when it comes to these close corridors, it's not going to be the best, especially trying to go for these quick angles and flanks. That Robin does have the Pulse Bomb, so it might open some things up, but the Sound Barrier is there to defend him as we see the hat go on Weevil, and now Jim Bob's using that copy to try to make up for the lack of damage. The Diva Bomb being placed down, there is no bubble stopping, they're all trying to retreat, they're going to have to give up that space. But now they're continuously moving back in, using the remake to try to finish them off, but the Sound Barrier and Coalescent combination is going to be able to defend the rest of Doot Academy. Now the Diva Bomb coming out from Quit's Cargo is going to be popped out. It's going to force the flank, and that Robin doesn't want to risk getting killed, so it has to back up from the remake. Looks like Doot Academy is going to be able to start melting people down. There is just not enough resources in Phoenix Inferno's pocket, and they couldn't find any ability to get their ultimates where they wanted to.
Yeah, and it was a really nice fight as well. For Doot Academy, being able to build up all their ultimates, because they pretty much just had a massive reset going into this last point here, switching over to this dive composition for them right now, and now they have the EMP and the Death Blossom online.
Yeah, they managed to shut down Chipset. It was a bit too far out, and the Death Blossom EMP combination is going to be absolutely massive, finding the 3K. That's going to end the fight. Phoenix Inferno had such a big window, but luckily Doot Academy had the back pocket. They had the rifle, and they shot.
Yeah, and it was really massive as well. Pumpkin getting Bun, who just used that rally as well. So no armor was available for that. For their teammates in that fight, and also wasting a massive ultimate for this next early engagement tool.
Look at this, now coming back to the fight, Jim Bob just immediately gets tagged, shut down. They're pushing back. Simple does have the Transcendence, but it's going to be melted down. Felt like they probably didn't have to use it because we see the Doot Academy's Moira just continuously walking through them. And now we're in a very good spot for Doot Academy, but a very scary spot for the rest of Phoenix Inferno.
Yeah, well, it's kind of scary for Phoenix Inferno, but you're going to have this ultimate advantage going into this last fight here. Only Quit's Cargo and Lin Wei are up to their ultimates, or almost up to their ultimates, but
yep, the Mind and Copy combination coming out to hopefully make something. They managed to find out Chipset with the Diva Bomb inside the back, manages to find out Symbol, so they're not going to be having a Transcendence, while Jim Bob uses the Copy Bomb to finish off Iron Rockets. It's still somewhat in an even trade as Leewin is dangerously low, was not able to escape, and is going to be coming back to the fight with the Sound Barrier. That's a really good engagement ability, but Quitscargo is being staggered, and they have to try to touch this point. It's going to be just barely on the third area.
Yeah, they definitely have the tools to re-engage this. They have this Sound Barrier to use to keep them up and healthy, but Jim Bob's going to get Pumpkin out of this fight.
That's so unfortunate. Was building up to that EMP. Now that Robin has the High Noon, is on the high ground. Quitscargo is going to try to stop it, but the D-Mech is going to be sacrificed in the end. The Gravitic Flux now popping up into the sky. Is going to be able to slam down, and looking that Robin getting so much value in the spot. uncontested. The rally being used just to fight against this coalescence. The EMP managed to get a 6-man, but there's no one left alive to really push in on it. Pumpkin immediately just gonna start being melted down, and it looks like they did their best. They had the abilities, but in the end, Phoenix Inferno not ready to give it up as they win Blizzard World.
Oh my goodness, and like you said, there was a 6-man EMP, but it was just so late. They didn't have anyone to follow up on to the massive EMP for Doot Academy. If you don't have any people to kill people, even with a massive EMP, you're not going to win the fight. And we also saw Robin just popping off again after we talked about him in the middle of that between maps 1 and 2. Showing up in that fight and winning, helping him win that map and tying up the series.
Yeah, Phoenix looked a lot more comfortable playing a more aggressive composition when they were playing on the flanks, and it looked to their benefits. They're able to win this and tie the series up. It was extremely close. It looked like Doot Academy just kind of struggled to commit or work in as a team at those last moments, and it caused them to struggle a bit in the end, giving Phoenix. But let's give them some love. Honestly, that fight really was saved by that Robin. He was on the high ground as the Curry, and they couldn't do anything. He holds the high noon just perfectly, so the D.Va isn't able to eat anything.
Yeah, and then demeching the D.Va and not having any real way to deal with that damage from up high, getting those pot shots from up high, and getting a lot of final blows in that last fight. And then being able to take away from the EMP that Pumpkin hit him was massive. Taking away from a massive EMP like that with those kills prior won them that fight.
However, going on to the next map, which is Rialto. That's going to be a map that is still in favor of Phoenix Academy. I could definitely see and have seen the ball segment composition being used here once or twice, but Doot Academy should be able to have a, more stacked composition as everything's so close quarters and uncomfortable for a ball to play in.
Yeah, definitely, ball can still be used. You can find a lot of value, especially with there being a lot of environmental kill opportunities on Rialto, but it's a lot close quarters, like you said. And what we're seeing from Doot Academy definitely favors their compositional picks than what we're seeing from Phoenix Inferno.
Ooh, now I'm excited. The series is just barely kicking off, but we're gonna be going to break. Make sure you stay tuned as we come back for the next round. Hope you didn't miss us too much as we return back into the match. Doot Academy versus Phoenix Inferno, tied up 1-1. Joker's Ransom, how are you doing after that break?
I'm a much needed break. Needed to get some water. My throat's already feeling a little tired, but I'm excited to get back into this series, which has been very great so far. Going into map 3 now, tied 1-1, and this could be the deciding factor. If whoever wins this map, it's going to be my pick to win the entire series.
Yeah, we're going up to Rialto next. That's going to be a very competitive match. We've often seen it either get fully stopped at the choke of second, full held, or never really make it to the third point. So I'm wondering how both of these teams are going to react going into these fights.
Yeah, Rialto has so many choke points that can be held. And like you said, we might not even see point 3 today. We might just see point 1, as it really just depends on how the team is doing or whatever composition they're running, especially on the defense. I like to call the second point, that corner right there, the corner of death, because it's a lot of stops, a lot of holds for the defense come there. So we're probably going to end up seeing that hold coming in from the defense there. But composition-wise, we might just see what we've been seeing all throughout the series, that the dive from Doot Academy with that Mora Lucio and the Sigma Wrecking Ball compositions from Phoenix Inferno.
Yeah, Rialto can be incredibly difficult to kind of compete against a team. I think it's a lot of teams just try to focus to scrim this map too, so it's very popular. In the end, it's going to matter to see which team comes out in the end, and whichever team comes out, it's going to be having the momentum going in if for the final map. But honestly, at this point, I wonder if they're somehow going to be able to draw it.
I mean, it's possible. It's always possible to draw a control an escort map if they don't end up moving it, but however unlikely that is going to be, we're probably going to see a person win this map. And whenever we're ready to go in, we'll go in and see how this is how this map is going to go on. And right now, with Phoenix Inferno having that, and they have this momentum going into this map. But however, that wrecking ball composition, I don't know if it translates that well over to Rialto here. Like we were saying before the break, it's really closed off and a lot smaller than Blizzard World, with where fights engagements usually happen.
Yeah, I definitely feel you should switch that out for the monkey.
Yeah. Or we just see the pulled pork composition coming out for Phoenix. Who knows? But they are on the attack. They do like to troll a lot. But right now we're seeing just a typical rush composition that we've been seeing for a while now from Doot Academy with that Echo McCree.
Phoenix Inferno always hurting my feelings. Always want to comment on what type of weird style they might run, and then they switch it up. So you never like to comment, but Doot Academy, they're running basically a standard type of brawl. They want to be able to hold the point and hold it at the choke. So Phoenix Inferno wanting to run that ball Sigma composition, but we'll have to see if they can prove us wrong and show us how it works.
Yeah, and we saw it even with that Sombra from Doot Academy. They weren't really able to stop Weevil on that wrecking ball, so we'll see if the McCree can change anything for them this map.
Look at that, they are unafraid to start committing, already managing to take out both Kinetic and Jim Bob. They just saw no tank there besides the Sigma, and you can just basically walk all over him. You have nothing to worry about. So Kinetic is going to switch over to the D.Va to have the mobility to run away from these fights. On the favorite side, Quitzcargo did get shut down. Kind of got demacked and stuck inside the backline, has to die. Going to be able to come back into the fight quick, but it forces the team to back up.
Yeah, and now we're seeing Tactics off the Sigma and Bun swapping over to the Honest for definitely more healing output for Phoenix Inferno now. But we'll see how this fight goes on.
Yeah, Rock is going down dangerously low, Immortality saving and helping to finish out Weevil. And we see the Tracer going into the backline, just looking to find some picks. Kinetic is staying on this high ground. They don't have the ball, so they don't really have their commit ability. So the rest of the Doot Academy are just going to sit there, look to peel out for Quitzcargo as Simple just hides in the corner, knowing that if they saw him, he would be destroyed.
Yeah, and now we're going into this fight as Jim Bob is going to look to copy this D.Va again and probably going to get built up to a... Oh my goodness, just immediately fell.
Pumpkin able to take out Weevil as that Robin trades up, finishes off Pumpkin. Those stickies gonna be hitting the wall in my dreams as we see the rest of Phoenix Inferno looking to stay on the high ground. This could be the issue when you trying to run their type of dive. You don't have the center stone, and Doot Academy are just gonna play around the house and look to just focus you down when you're not paying attention. However, the anti is able to slam down, manage to get out Caffeine and chips it. Caffeine going to be back to the spawn room. Quitzcargo able to even it up with the 2K. Iron Ruckus using the ball. Hopefully he's going to be able to build these mines as the rest of them are on high ground, and the payload still barely moving inch by inch during these fights.
Yeah, and the minefield's going to be disappearing very quickly as I'm Ruckus just gets out of that duplication. But right now it's double support ultimates online for this for Phoenix Inferno right now. That can definitely win them this fight out with that massive healing or the nano boost. But that Robin's just gonna get Pumpkin out of the fight early.
That's big. Sure, Lenwy is gonna be able to get out that Robin. But Tracer comes back fast. Now Ruckus looking to 1v1 the Echo. Isn't doing the best. We see the Sound Barrier get committed, combined with the Transcendence. It looks like they're still somewhat even, but the Shatter! There's no shield to stop it out as they shut down Bob. Kinetic throwing out the Demon Bomb, looking to find a target. It's going to be able to find out Caffeine, Iron Rocks, and the Remake going to be able to shut down Chipset. And they managed to bring this back, but I was extremely worried for a good minute.
Yeah, and Lenway falling there. They're still probably going to have a chance to recontest this. However, maybe staggered re-engagement.
If they charge to the point 100%, we just saw Quetzcargo use their driver, but now they're committing to this repush. The Weevil is going to be using those mines to split them up the high, and even popping out Pumpkin and Quetzcargo able to get some massive value, taking out the support line. Pumpkin is dangerously low. We see Iron Rockets enter back into the fight, the copy on the Diva. Jim Bob's gonna be looking to try to make some work happen. However, the D-Max is gonna come out. They look to remech. They manage to hit Quetzcargo, which launches the mech very far away. The copy goes up from Iron Rockets, and that's a 30K! That may have just saved this fight. The Ball and Echo are still alive, looking to contest this fight as we see the supports return. Jim Bob, my goodness, what are you popping with? Able to save the fight and allow Phoenix Inferno to capture the first point.
Oh my goodness, Jim Bob single-handedly turning that fight around and winning that point out. We almost saw a full hold on point 1, but Jim Bob had other thoughts about it. Getting that D-Mech, or the remech D-Mech onto Quetzcargo, and then massive self-destruct kills to win it, and then that fight out.
Yeah, look at that. Quetzcargo able to take out Simple, so now they don't have that extra damage when it comes to trying to dive, but they aren't in the worst position. Look at that payload. They force the Reinhardt to try to touch, and then eventually the rest of the team has to do the best. Iron Rock is able to hit a body shot onto the Tracer. Robin was just barely low enough and gets poked out. But they're just gonna rotate all the way back to the high ground, reset for the next fight.
Yeah, and now we saw I'm Arrakis swapping over to this the Hanzo now. One shot potential, obviously, and Pumpkin getting a Deadeye kill onto Bun there. That's gonna be able to stop this fight. But I think it's gonna be nice. Oh, but that's.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, what? You were just trying to get your thoughts across, and then immediately we see that Robin able to get a 3K on the Pulse Bomb. Have some care for the casters. We're trying to give you some hype, amp you guys up, and then you still want to show off a little. Looking to D-Mech Quetzcargo as he's looking to retreat. That payload is going to make such good progress. Look at that, the mech's now gone. They have the Sound Barrier to recommence the fight. The Shatter's going to be going out, but Chipson's dangerously low, going to be saved by the Sound Barrier combined with the Diva Bomb and Shatter. They're able to win that fight. But that was 4 major ultimates, and they're just gonna have the Dragons to attempt a hold.
Yeah, and the Dragons could be all they really need, to be completely honest. It's 30 seconds left. They might not be able. The only person that's really going to be able to touch probably is the Weevil on this point, and just using that Dragons on point to keep people away could just win them this fight. There's 20 seconds left now. They have 4 ultimates, however. They need to have some. They just need to invest all these 4 ultimates to win this fight out, as they're gonna engage right now with.
Yeah, that slam combined with the Demon Bomb was almost enough, but the Mind had to be the ones to finish it out. Able to find out Caffeine and Pumpkin. Now they're lacking down DPS and major forms of healing chips. It's gonna be melted. Not gonna be able to sustain against the copy. Is going to make sure that they have an extra ultimate in their back pocket. Looks like Doot Academy once again just barely almost managing to hold it, and yet Phoenix Inferno bringing out their back pocket.
Yeah, and this maybe this this resilience from Phoenix Inferno is showing up now, and that could mean they are just a better team. Usually we see a lot. Usually teams that have that sort of resilience just win out big fights, and we've seen them do it so far twice this series, and now we're seeing I'm Rocket swapping back over to this Echo, as that Robin opting for now they're opting for a standard brawl composition with that McCree and May.
Yeah, we usually Bumpkin use the high noon, but is stuck behind the wall, just has to cancel it because they're not going to get any value from it, and they force back the rest of Phoenix Inferno. On the bright side, Phoenix Inferno, they're rocking out with a Zenyatta Lucio support line. They possibly just want to get that Transcendence done and then switch.
Yeah, just there's pretty much no healing possible from this Phoenix Inferno's composition while the Zenyatta is on this team. And they're just going to use the Transcendence to engage, probably just to get it out and just swap to the Baptiste now.
Yeah, it does so much healing, but it matters what you do afterwards, as we see the Weevil is going to be pressured out. The Diva Bomb thrown out by Quitscargo. It's going to be able to get to. This is last fight territory. Saving that Transcendence may have been their down calling, as they're not going to be able to switch and build up and trade ultimates out. We see Simple going over to the Baptiste, but the Weevil doesn't have that healing there to help him out, and it looks like the point is going to stop just barely outside of the third choke.
Yeah, and that's a good place to hold it. That's another one of the massive, one of the places you see holds coming from the defending side, but unfortunate for Phoenix Inferno. They had the tools necessary, but I think just not investing that Transcendence the previous fight really was the reason they didn't win it. Not having that Baptiste to also deal damage and heal at the same time, as well with that immortality field, is just, you're just at such a disadvantage when you're running a Zenyatta Lucio healing composition.
Yeah.
And if they had invested that Transcendence when they invested all those other 4 ultimates, they might have had an opportunity to build up window for that last fight, and maybe we're talking about Phoenix Inferno capping all 3 points.
Yeah, I'm really worried for Doot Academy. Every time they get close to holding the point, something happens, and then they're just unable to, sustain those pushes. And I don't know if it's simple mistakes, the sweat coming from them brows, but they have to shut it down and clean up these fights more evenly if they want to be able to win.
Yeah, they need to have the winner's mentality that I think Phoenix Inferno is showing that they have right now, and the close spawn holds coming in from Phoenix Inferno right now.
Yeah, look at that, already committing into the fight. We're going to see the spawn hold as both of the teams looking to just find any type of room. Iron Rock is going to be shut down. Chipset doesn't have the shield to live. The Symmetra is there, and we don't often see the Sim there because it's swipped out with the Mei. You're able to wall people off, but you don't ever realize how much damage that beam can do.
Yeah, and it's already built up a decent amount of chunk of time. Already almost down to a minute off the clock so far, and
Ooh.
Pumpkin gonna get Jim Bob though.
Jim Bob was a bit too close out, gets stunned by the Kree, is going to be pushed out. Simple isn't able to move inside the immortality to save him life, and Chipset's going to be able to move out the window as well. Gets pushed in. I mean, Caffeine's going to be able to build up one really quickly, so it's not that big an issue, comparably when you have the High Noon and Shatter.
Yeah, and now we're seeing Phoenix Inferno just swapping off entirely, and that's going to bode very poorly for a 0.1 hold here. They don't have ultimates. They just have tactics switch staying onto this Diva, and almost up to this their self-destruct, but that's not enough to hold on to a point, as we're seeing right now. Nice engagement from the Weevil.
As we see them committing back into the fight, we're going to be seeing Quitscargo run up. The Shatter being used on Igrok, going to be able to finish off Simple. That's exactly what you need to do when there is somebody contesting you. You go up to them and you say, how you doing?
Yeah, and now they don't have really ultimates. They're winning that fight off very quickly before Phoenix Inferno could get even to 50% on any of their ultimates besides Tactics' self-destruct. That's going to be massive going into this second point push as well. They're going to have at least 1, maybe 2 fights without ultimates for Phoenix Inferno to really hard stop them.
Yeah, well, look at this. Now they have room to just move in for the next fight, as we're seeing them just kind of contesting. Look at that. They're just waiting on these stairs. But Doot Academy just have so much room to kind of space in. We're going to see that ball come out, but they're unworried. Chipset's there with the Mei. They're going to be ready with that wall. The Blizzard gets used. It's not going to catch anyone, but it still forces them out, allows the D-Mech. That Diva Bomb comes out. They don't have enough shield. The Immortality's there to save them, but Caffeine is already going to be killed inside the back. Now they're slowly losing people because they're not playing together.
Yeah, I don't know. The minefields are going to be used. It's going to get Linway, but... And, oh my goodness, they're going to actually be able to hold this. I thought after that... I didn't expect them to be able to hold this out. Weevil is going to be felled off the side of the map, however, and this could be the tools to re-engage her. They have 3 ultimates online to invest as well. I'm Rock is going to be swapping over to this Hanzo again. Trying to get a lot of long-range damage, probably to deal with that Robin on this Ashe. It'll be interesting to see this next engagement. The self-destruct going to be coming out.
Yeah, look at that. They're able to get the copy onto Jim Bob, making them have themselves a Reinhardt as Chipset's going to be going back to the spawn room a tiny bit early for the fight. They use the Nano, and the Bob is going to be able to start melting down the rest of Doot Academy. Even that Shatter. Kind of mean.
Yeah, kind of mean indeed, but using 2 ultimates maybe on the copy and the Nano, maybe a little bit over ulting, but it still won them the fight, and it got them to keep this hold going. It's 2 minutes and 20 seconds, however, still on the clock, and they've and don't put. Oh no!
Oh no, Iron Rockets gets booped out on the Hanzo so early. They have to use the immortality. While they reach the choke, that High Noon is able to find out Jimba, but they are all stuck in this small room. They immediately have to drop from their plan. And now their anti-Chipset is so dangerously low. Without that Hanzo there, they don't have the Dragons. They do have the window and Sound Barrier to continue pushing in. But now the mech's gone. Kinetic does still have the Diva Bomb, and they have so much room to continue pushing this. Looks like those Dragons are going to be able to force anyone out in those small areas gone. As Caffeine mentioned, to pick up Jim Bob. Looks like Pumpkin's going to the high gun's going to be able to fan the hammer, but just barely miss, and Simple's going to be able to escape. The bomb being used inside the small corridor is going to allow them to move in. The remech comes out, and they're just unable to push in. The bomb being built, thrown into a very interesting position, if I do say so myself, in the window stuck onto that corner. It's going to be able to heal up the team for a tiny bit, but the DPS get anti. Pumpkin's not going to be able to survive through that, and no payload progress is being made as Doot Academy are now trying to return, but it's only the tanks that are pushing in. The rest of the team are having to play behind natural cover because they're so worried. Iron Rockets officially going down from Eval, and we see Quiscargo going back to get the health pack and just retreating back to the fight. Lemwin now dangerously low, wasn't able to survive from the dynamite. I don't think got a lick of healing from it. Same with Chipset. This is very unfortunate as they committed so much to that to the extra long fight, and now it's over.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing what we saw on the defense for Doot Academy, not being able to win fights and win fights when they need to. They needed to win a fight 2 minutes ago, but now they have 30 seconds to go. They're gonna have ultimates to work with, but I don't trust this team's decision making to win it out.
Yeah, let's look at how they continue to win. Close to a last fight scenario. That copy's gonna hit the Diva, and Pumpkin uses the High Noon so early. They just leave him alone. Iron Ruckus is able to try to trade it out by getting both of the supports on Phoenix Inferno. The remix on Iron Rockets is going to be a little funny when it comes to the coaching. Chipson being able to find out Jim Bob. The rest of them are on top of these stairs, and they don't have any ultimates. That Robin does have the Bob, going to be popping it out for the contest, but eventually going down by Quiscargo's hands. There's no one really contest, but they seem to just want to continue to try. They may be no one, but they will make someone. The sound barrier being placed next to the mines as the immortalities gets used. The shatter making sure that Kinetic can't remech, but Chipson's going to be going down regardless. We see them continuously doing their best, but it looks like Phoenix Inferno unstoppable as Simple and Jim Bob go down. You see the Tracer and Wrecking Ball just looking to do the best that they can, but this guy just cast her curses for like the 16th time as we see Doot Academy return back and looking to make the plays. They're able to capture the point, and that Deal Bomb comes out. Luckily, oh no, not the 2K. That hurts. No, you guys just need to reset, so I guess that's what they did.
Yeah, they're gonna have to reset, and now we're gonna be seeing Rockets swapping back to this May that we saw earlier, and Chipset all dangerously low, but the Immortality field is there to save him, and there's a minute left. They've got the Deadeye and the Amplification Matrix, nothing online except maybe the Weevil's minefield. This could be a fight win, and this could be what they need. Here comes the high noon out.
Yeah, Bunkin able to find out Jim Bob Simples as well being melted. They have that window. They're going to be able to commit a lot of damage. However, the ball is just hiding right behind them. And the pulse bomb now being used. Luckily, the immortality was still alive. Going to be able to help them out. Caffeine now going down. The Diva's going to be the last one to touch. They have to do whatever they can to even this out. There is no Baptiste helping them. But I guess they just flew a little too far. And Doot Academy going to win. Rialto closer and closer they get. But it looks like they're able to even it out.
Yeah, and it's looking incredibly close right now. I don't think we're going to see a winner coming into this next point. Just of how close this was. And there's Jim Bob single-handedly winning them this, pretty much single-handedly winning them point one. But, wow, what an incredibly close map of Rialto. I don't think we're going to be seeing a winner coming into this next this map 4 here. I think we're going to a map 5 just based on how close this is. But it is 2 CP, so who knows what can happen here.
That is very true. I'm kind of thinking because we're going out 2 CP next, Assault, whatever you want to call it, the most hated game mode in Overwatch. And I think it's very popular to get those complete draw maps. But I'm gonna go with something crazy here. I think there is no draw. I feel like one of these teams is going to puff out their chests and say, "Hey, we got a tick. You're not gonna be able to touch us now."
Yeah. It's really it's just, and now we're gonna see what Zenyatta versus Lenway's Lucio here.
K compared to 8. Oh my goodness.
And there's just. Zenyatta, you're usually going to see a lot of more, because we see the damage done is a lot better, but look at the eliminations. Look at the Lucio just did so much more. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive. If we even look at the devs, Simple compared to Lenway, I think Lenway was on it for maybe less comparable amount of time, or Simple wasn't on it for as long, but it's still kind of impressive to look at these stats for the entirety of the map. 7 deaths compared to the 12. That means Lenway was still getting as much value as possible.
Yeah, Lenway is just getting so much value done on this Lucio, and especially with 2 CP, I feel like Lucio is very needed as well, because you could just speed the point very quickly with that Lucio. The speed boost is really necessary for making rotations, and if they can get this value that they just saw on Rialto, we might see the winner, and we might see Doot Academy being these champions.
Makes sense, but now we know what map we're going to go on. I think everyone knows what map we're going to go on, because everyone always loves but hates to watch it. It's Hanamura, one of the most beautiful maps in the game, and also one of the most dangerous when it comes to playing Overwatch.
Yeah, Hanamura second is probably a lot of people's worst nightmare to attack on. It's just so heavily favors the defense because you can get that high ground control right out of spawn. And if Doot Academy or Phoenix Inferno, whoever are attacking first, I believe it is Doot Academy, if they can get that control of that high ground on point 2, we could see a very quick second point. But if Phoenix Inferno's defense is as strong as we saw it for some points of Rialto, it might just be a 2-1 map or something along those lines.
Very true. We've seen Phoenix Inferno, though, thrive off the ball Sigma composition. I don't know how well that can do in Hanamura. We keep saying we don't know how well it's going to do, like on Rialto. You know, we're very hesitant about it, but that's just because it's close quarters. Hanamura is because you have to go to one spot and play there. And
yeah,
I don't know. I just don't see this ball composition working out. So that's what makes me worried for Phoenix Inferno right now. They're down 1 point. It's match. They could lose it all.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. the ball could get value on point 2, but like you said, point 1, I feel like has to favor either a double shield or a rush style composition. It's I don't know. It's really definitely based on preference, but you've got to expect a double shield or a rush style composition going on this defense for Phoenix Inferno. I don't see how it's possible to run what we've seen Phoenix Inferno running so far.
Watch them prove us wrong like they've continuously showed us in this series, especially with this side swap. Phoenix Inferno have a lot of room to make the errors and switches that they feel necessary. But in the end, how much time is that going to kind of enable for them? Hanamura is all about seconds. Just capping the point with 1 second alive could mean a victory in the next fight.
Yeah, and with that ball sigma composition, it is more pick orientated. It's not go in as fast as possible, get as much damage, and cleave down the entire enemy team with a Reinhardt hammer. It's getting people isolated, getting them killed, and then going on to the next person. And with Hanamura and 2CP in general just being based on how quick you can get things captured, it might just not bode well.
Hey, I don't really see it kind of ending in a fair, hey, say, both these teams are going to have to pull out every stocking in their pocket, especially, I'd have to say, the supports. Their job is most important when it comes to these fights. We've already seen the DPS, both Chipset and that Robin have been doing amazing. Jim Bob as well, same with the other DPS, don't credit them out. But the support, such as Caffeine, they have to do the best they can to keep their team alive. Those tanks are going to have to be positioning. It's all very careful.
Yeah, and we've seen Caffeine do a lot on their heroes that they've been playing today. She's been playing that Moira a lot to very well as well, and that Baptiste getting a lot of value. However, sometimes a little late on those immortality fields, but still, all in all, very good plays coming out from the flex support of Doot Academy as well. Both teams are really just showing up with these supports, but I think it's definitely going to be on Caffeine because for Doot Academy to keep the team up, because that's obviously their job as a Moira player.
I definitely agree. We're going to be seeing these teams walk out. Well, one team walk out of their spawn room. Looks like Phoenix Inferno. They are just ready to make us bite our tongues as they run out with the ball Sigma composition. Now in defense, I could definitely see this working. That allows the ball to dive in. Kinetics is there with the rocks and be able to defend Simple a lot more easier.
Yeah, and I can definitely work here on this defense, but with Pumpkin on this Sombra already, we haven't seen them been able to shut them down with the Sombra, but Rocket's gonna get a pick already.
Yeah, Rocket's just walking in, headshots immediately, is able to find out Kinetic as Simple and Jim Bob are trying to even things out. However, the rest of Doot Academy are there to defend their team. We're seeing the dive now go on to Simple, who's just gonna be going back to the spawn room. The ball, last person alive who can try to contest the point. Looks like they're just not going to be able to survive. Poor Ash just looking to help out, but in the end, you got to salute their effort as it looks like Doot Academy are going to be able to capture the point.
Yeah, but it's nice for Phoenix Inferno. They didn't give up a lot of ult charge for Doot Academy. There's not going to be anything to really snowball this for Doot Academy unless they can get this Moira ultimate off quickly. But oh my goodness, there's two people outside. The Torbjorn completely separated, but it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, they're having to immediately push in. Looks like Chipsets, they're having to walk inside the small room, and that's not going to be very favorable for them as the Diva's weapons are basically shotguns. So the closer you are, the more damage you're going to take, and they're going to stop that push before it escalated into a snowball.
Yeah, and like I was saying, we have Jim Bob on to this Torbjorn now. He was almost caught out there, but the peel from Phoenix Inferno was there in the end, and was able to they were able to stabilize going into that. But now they have ultimates to go into this, both teams having ultimates, and the Weevil probably going to invest this minefields very early, or it's either going to be the minefields to engage or the Bob to engage.
Well, it's one of those.
On
yeah, Pumpkin immediately having to move out. Escargot uses the bomb, tries to find much, but there's only so much you can do. Jim Bob, with the mine combination, are able to finish out both Caffeine and Chipset, forcing the rest of Doot Academy to back up. I really like the Torbjorn pick. The more I'm thinking about it, it really starts to counter the Sombra, as well as put a bit of poke and pressure onto everyone else. They may feel panic and start calling to hit the Torbjorn while they're trying to call a target to focus.
Yeah, and I think that's why we saw it a lot in Owl as well, specifically on Numbani, just to deal with the dive that a lot of teams were opting for in that on that map. But now we have Pumpkin going into this engagement, having EMP, and that main target has to still be Simple. With that Transcendence to save the rest of their team, and look at that, Pumpkins are right next to him.
Oh, look at that EMP! They managed to find out Simple. Jim Bob, that Torbjorn not going to be able to do much. They have the Diva Bomb, so they have the room for remake. As that Robin's able to find out Rockets, Revel is able to find out Linwin, as Simple's also returning back in. The issue with Doot Academy is now they've let people respawn and live. Sure, Chipset's able to find out that Robin, but Bun's there as the ring. Vita is just able to hit W on 2CP. You either kill that team or you reset immediately.
Yeah, and we did see a great EMP getting 2 from Pumpkin, but like you said, you need to kill the rest of the team immediately, because they'll just stall you out until the rest of the team can come back and just recontest and win that fight out. And now Phoenix Inferno has 6 ultimates online. This is going to be a nightmare for Doot Academy to push into.
Look at that, mines being used as they rotate to the high ground. That's going to split the team, as well as use the majority of Chipset's shield. They managed to find out Linwin, who was just looking to survive, and now they push in on the stairs. Going to be immediately slamming in, taking those angles. They managed to find Weevil as he's just poking around, playing in a position, and they are just continuously moving in. The Molten Core spread out on the stairs. The rest of them are just fighting in these small corridors, not really playing on the point. The sound barrier is now committed. Same with the Bob. It's going to be touching that point. The Diva Bob being used by Kinetics, looking to find a target. Going to be stuck there as they use the Dragons, and now Doot Academy have the room and opening that they need. That Bob is gone now. They don't have much to heal them, as the Torbjorn and Baller are really the only people left to try to contest it. We've been doing the best that they can, just pooping around, just playing spin to win. The Reiner going down dangerously low. Looks like they just weren't paying attention, able to pop up the mine. The hack does go on. Same with the EMP. Is going to be able to find out the Diva and Bun. On the bright side, there's going to be no anti or ability shutting them down. They're going to be giving up a tick for this fight, a second tick. The fight's not over. They have teammates coming back. They look at the Torbjorn returning in with the Tracer. The mines are there as they commit the Transcendence. Same with the Ball returning back to the fight. The Transcendence is going to give them a bit of time to survive, as we see Weevil just looking to do anything that they can. The Diva Bomb now forcing them off the point, going to be able to break the turret. Now Weevil returning back into, going to be spinning to winning. The Torbjorn looking to just walk in and immediately hit. Going to be able to combination with the Tracer and find out Iron Rockets. And now slowly they are bringing it back. Pumpkin is able to get out Gem Bob, but the Ball is still alive on that point. He's going to be able to contest Robin. Now the only person besides from Kinetics.
Ooh,
and they get off the point.
Kinetics.
Kinetics was trying to run back just to get some damage in, but didn't make it fast enough. That poor Tracer. They're going to be beating yourself up because you just gave Doot Academy the second tick, the last tick that they needed.
And the fact that Phoenix, they did stall it for a long time, but the fact that Phoenix Inferno lost that initial fight with 6 ultimates online is almost unheard of, I feel like. You going into it, I don't think Doot Academy had 2 or 3, but when the opposing team has 6 ultimates, you've got to think they win that. But the nice plays coming in from Doot Academy, being able to get Simple out of that fight before using that, before being able to use the Transcendence to heal up the rest of their team, was massive. And then the only way they just Simple had to use that Transcendence to come back, not getting as much value as you normally like to get from your Transcendence, was also great. Doot Academy looking strong, and they have their win condition set forth and can win the series now if they have a nice defensive hold.
I really like Doot Academy's composition, specifically for that Junkrat. That the traps are going to be able to shut down Weevil or anyone just trying to look for a dive, because those traps can be in random places. But I'm also scared because Jim Bob's running that Pharah. In their type of composition, that works amazingly.
Yeah, and the Pharah is really. If Pumpkin can shut down this Pharah, it might not be that great of a pick. But that Pharah Mercy could just make it the Mercy just can make it just that much better. But they're just gonna go in and get this those people on the ground.
Look at that, they're able to find out Simple, but they're taking so much initial damage. They all go down dangerously low. Capping doing an amazing job of spamming in that healing, but now Phoenix Inferno have the room to start walking in. They're managing to displace. They find out I Am Rockets. Unfortunately, they're going to have to just start moving back onto the point. This far is going to be uncontested. Pumpkin's not being able to take the angle. Caffeine eventually goes down as they manage to take out Bun and that Robin. But now the hit scan's gone. Sure, Jim Bob may be even out, but the tanks are still alive. Same with the Lucio. They have ultimates. They can invest the mines if they so wish. And it looks like they're going to be wanting to able to shut down Lingwen and finish the fight out. Weevil and Kinetic's doing an amazing job of playing those angles and saving the fight.
Yeah, and now they're going to have ultimates to snowball this. They almost have 6 ultimates online to snowball this here user. This should be a fight win for Phoenix Inferno, and if they can win it this early, that's going to be massive going into these overtime rounds, because the time bank difference will just could be the difference in the overtime rounds.
Now look at this. They have 4 ultimates compared to the 2, as well as they're getting set up. They're now preparing in the Gravitic Flux being popped up in the air. Jim Bob looking for the barrage. Now the mines being popped down. The sound barrier being used to allow them to walk out. As Jim Bob pops the barrage and immediately gets punished for it. Caffeine is there to make sure that Bar and Mercy competition never shows their face ever back in this house. Wow, Chris Cargo is back in their back line, managing to pick up both the support and Weevil. Chips it on the point, gonna be able to hit out that Robin. And this is the area that we were kind of talking about. This is not the best spot for their composition, and they're going to struggle to get it to work.
Yeah, really, there's not many great ways to get up to that high ground with the Wrecking Ball without taking a lot of damage or getting stunned up by the McCree. And if they can do that, I think, and they can make it work, obviously they're going to be able to win out this map. But I don't think that's going to be, it might not be possible right now. And with the ultimates online, specifically Pumpkin, being able to zone out people with this Deadeye, it could be great.
They also managed to find out Jim Bob. The Shatter gets used, hitting the support line. Same with the High Noon. He's not able to finish off Pumpkin. The shield just barely saves. Like, look at Pumpkin's health. That was a sliver. I mean, it wouldn't have changed things, but still would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been pretty cool. But now we're going into this next engagement here coming up. Weavile having this, the minefields. If they can get up to this high ground with the minefields, it could be a massive ultimate for them. But I don't know. If right now, look to Pumpkin to get that time onto him, and they're going to be able to get up there.
Look at that, using those mines, forcing them to split up. It's gonna be picked off by the mines and the ante. Looks like Caffeine's gonna have to use the immortality to save themselves. That bomb being thrown out on the point's gonna be able to find out that Robin, who is taking an angle back on the bridge. Caffeine's still alive, same with the ball copy. They're gonna be able to slam him down and get Jim Bob. Now Simple on the high ground is 1v1 in Chris Cargo, but it's gonna stop once the sleep happens. They combo to hit that DMAC, but they don't have their tanks to push in. You can be very good at Zenyatta, but there's only so much you can do against a stun.
Yeah, and Amarok is really just turning that fight around with that copy onto the Wrecking Ball there, getting some picks as well with denying space with the copied minefields. And now we are going into this. It's down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. They have the Gravitic Flux to engage with, but Walenwe is going to be there with the sound area as well, with the amp as well, with Caffeine having this amplification matrix. So well, this is looking more and more in favor for Doot Academy.
Look at them moving in. That Gravitic Flux pops out. They're putting in so much damage, and they shut down Connecticut. That sound barrier wasn't even needed in the end, but it was still helping I Am Raucous to move in and get the 4K solely just by abilities alone. And my goodness, it's getting kind of intense in here.
Yeah, it's getting intense, more and more intense, and they're definitely not going to have a better time bank than Doot Academy anymore. As Bun now swapping over to the Mercy, maybe to deal, probably stick on to Jim Bob for this time being, but and they only have this Echo copy, but we've seen Jim Bob perform miracles with it. But Pumpkin and Caffeine having ultimate still online, and oh wow,
they get
not even being able to get up there.
Yeah, they get the boop, stop the slam. We see Pumpkin have the high, and he's gonna be able to find out Bun. Wow, Jim Bob is just gonna be taken out. The Weave manages to escape with just 7 HP, but that Shatter is able to hit everyone else on the high ground. Now we're in last fight territory, and they need to either make some switches or start making some pop-off moments. I do like that Robin has to drag, and so they're gonna be able to throw it on those stairs and hit anyone who's backing up or isn't paying attention, but that's still such a risky move to hold out to this last moment.
Yeah, and oh my goodness. Oh, if Jim Bob fell there, I think that would have been done it, but I'm is going to be felled as well, and the Weevil's just going to use the minefields on the point. It's not going to be able to let people engage. Yeah. But Pumpkin's going to get simple.
There's no transcendence now. Pumpkin does end up going down to the Dragons, which is what they wanted, but Chipson's still there to contest. We see Jim Bob coming out with the copy. They're able to take out Connected. While we see the bomb now built, going to be looking. They res. That comes out. That's absolutely massive, putting so much pressure and damage into Chipson. It's able to remag as we see them. Connecticut does get pooped off the map, and this is where the stall comes out. Iron Rock is using the mines from the copy to look for some targets, managing to find out Bun. That's absolutely huge. Now there's only 2 people on the side of Phoenix Inferno trying to touch a point. Jim Bob dangerously low, has his Transcendence healing, but that's going to be going down very soon. We see Quitscargo there. Looking out about the teammate, manages to find out Simple. Connecticut goes down, and oh my goodness, the Echo is just barely gonna touch, but not in the end as it gets stunned and booked away. Doot Academy, what is in your blood as you manage to win your match against Phoenix Inferno?
Wow, and what a hold indeed going into that. Like I said at the beginning of the second point attack, they had 3 ultimates online to attack it. But then Doot Academy being able to stave off that first onslaught and then showing they can do it again and again. And they are going to be your champions of the EU rookie division.
That's absolutely impressive. In the end, Phoenix Inferno put on such an amazing performance. We genuinely believed it could have gone to map 5, and honestly, in another world, it could have been. But it looked like Doot Academy just a bit more confident, a bit more lenient, and possibly a bit more lucky to be able to finish out this series.
Yeah, and definitely, it was, I think, definitely on the backs of Pumpkin going into these last couple of maps. Just so much pop-offs from that man on that McCree. And, oh my goodness, if we're giving out MVPs, I've got to give it to Pumpkin on that McCree. Because without him for Doot Academy, I don't think they win this series.
You know what? Honestly, I would say Quitscargo. Quitscargo did an amazing job playing that diva, put a lot of pressure, and sometimes was getting a bit punished or a bit too greedy, but I would give it to them. Same with Caffeine. The healing was absolutely amazing. She popped off. But do you have any lasting comments?
No, I don't. I think just congratulations to Doot Academy is all I have to really say.
Well, yep. But before we log off, we just want to show you a bit of comparison. Look at Quitscargo on the diva. Managed to play for 12 minutes and 48 seconds. And look at that. 4 deaths, 17 final blows, and 34 eliminations. Quitscargo put in so much work combined with the DPSs, and that's why I would give them my MVP vote.
Yeah, I'm trying to do quick math in my head to figure out the elims to deaths ratio. Almost about, I think, 8-1 elims to deaths. That's incredible.
Yeah,
Coming in
I
from
failed
Quitzcargo on
algebra.
Diva. Yeah. But I think that's just incredible coming in from Quitzcargo on Hanamura. They're definitely one of the reasons they win this series. And again, it's definitely my runner-up for MVP.
Hey, but either way, we thank you so much for watching this match. But don't think it's over. We still have one more game. Soon enough, it's going to be the Advanced Division as they have their playoff match as well. It's going to be both Luminous versus Celestial Esports Quasgar. My apologies. But either way, I hope you stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit that heart if you do enjoy the content. Either way, we'll see you back with the advanced match of GG